Hi everybody. Today I want to do a commentary on what I consider the silliness of the New Jersey travel restrictions. It's currently November 20th, 2020, and this morning we were advised that there are 46 states on New Jersey's travel restriction list. Now, if you look at the criteria for what gets a state on the travel restricted list, New Jersey should be on its own list because we have increasing numbers. The current rate of transmission is 1.42, meaning every case is transmitted to 1.42 other people. We are, experiencing relatively rapidly rising numbers daily, and it makes no sense to do this now because basically the entire country is affected. For a travel restriction to make sense, you would have to have an area that you're trying to protect that has very low numbers, a lack of significant intra-community spread, and therefore you would want to prevent the introduction of new cases, starting new outbreaks within this area, which had been previously clean, not having intra-community spread and cases within it. If the level of intra-community spread is already significant, then the additional cases brought in from outside doesn't really significantly impact what's going on in the state. So right now, it makes no sense to do this. We need to implement the mask wearing, social distancing, avoiding sharing air nationwide. This travel restriction just doesn't make sense. So I think if you've got a country like Taiwan or Vietnam that went into lockdown, literally eliminated the virus from the country, it makes perfect sense to then prevent people from areas where the virus is from coming in and reintroducing it into the country. But if it's already in the country, you can't prevent, there's nothing to prevent, it's already there. You're not going to prevent it from starting up again because it's already started. And then the other thing that you need in place is you have to have adequate testing available. Right now, we still don't have adequate testing available. People cannot get the tests readily. They can't get results quickly. It's not good enough yet. And the other thing we still don't have in place is adequate contact tracing, so that when somebody is discovered to have it, that the contact tracing goes and explores all that person's contacts, so that we can detect them and isolate them and prevent them from spreading it. And that's still not working and in place. I mean, the whole country's overwhelmed with cases of intra-community spread, and this idea that this current travel restriction is doing anything is just silly. And that's my thought for today. Thanks for watching. One last point about the travel restrictions. Although I find no advantage or reason for preventing people from crossing state lines, that's not to say that getting on an airplane, waiting at an airport in tight lines, sharing air with the people in that line and getting on a crowded airplane and sharing air on the airplane, I mean that is a problem, and that may spread the infection. So crossing the state lines and traveling from one state to state right now isn't the issue. So, for example, if you get in a car by yourself and you drive across the state line, so what? You're not sharing air. But if you go to the airport or the bus terminal, etc., you get on a boat, anything where people are crowded together and you're sharing air, that's different. And it's not the crossing of the state line, it's what how you're getting across the state line that is the problem. If you're traveling for a holiday and your intention is to go from one state to another in order to have Thanksgiving dinner with a family, and you're going to have people from multiple households sit together and eat together while you're not wearing masks, that's a problem. But the actual crossing of the state line, you know, that's not a problem. Okay, just want to clarify that point.